number 4 of Bobby DeVore II. Once again, we'll be going 30 laps. All right, so field going to get the one to go signal this time around. 30 lap McIntosh Oil Company late model feature. Good field of cars here tonight. What do you guys think? You think Neil Rowley going to stay up front? How about Kevin Garner? Mike Mazzagatti looking to make it a Mazzagatti second feature win tonight. How about Austin Thiel all the way from Allen Park, Michigan? Maybe he gets his first win at Midvale Speedway. How about the code man, Cody J. Berg? Maybe the youngster Brendan Lucius gets a win. Or will it be somebody else here tonight? 30 laps, we'll find out. We could have a Mazzagatti sweep tonight, especially with Chloe taking the Bandoleros, and hopefully Mike can take the late model.
Getting ready to come to green. Chief starter Terry Coletti. Green flag in hand. Green is in the air. Neil Rowley with the race lead. Here comes Mike Mazzagatti as Garner gets shuffled out. Caution on the speedway.
Okay, we're going to do a complete restart.
Getting ready to come to green. Green is in the air, Neil Rowley and Kevin Garner. Garner going to stick there on the outside this time around. Neil Rowley going to pinch him off. Problems for Garner. He stacks up the field. That opens up the bottom for Mike Mazzagatti.
Now it's Neil Rowley out in that number 1 position. Mike Mazzagatti on the outside. And here comes Brendan Lucius on the inside. Okay, caution's on the track for the 09. Caution on the track for Austin Thiel.
Caution for the Michigan driver all the way coming down from Allen Park, Michigan. Having some issues on the back straightaway. Tough break for Austin Thiel. Bring it to the main scoring tower. You won yourself a 4-pack of tickets. Brendan Lucius will take the outside of Mike Mazzagatti. The 25 of Grubbs to the inside. The 0 of Riddle to the outside. And the 67 of Page, the 17 of Snyder. Field in turn number 3. Neil Rowley, your race leader. Green flag back in the air.
Brendan Lucius around the outside to the race lead.
Didn't see that coming at all. Uh-oh.
Wow.
Caution on the track.
Wow, Neil Rowley with a flat right front tire after going up the racetrack.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we still got subs left in our concession stand. So go down and get yourself a great sub sandwich. It's great tasting. It eats good. And if you haven't had one, our subs are out of this world. And if you're hungry, still get some of them.
Driver driving for the Taylor Racing team. He'll take the outside, the Taylor Racing team. Veteran Mike Mazzagatti. Right behind Chris Grubbs in the 25. Another pair of veterans in George Riddle, Bob Snyder Jr. in row number 3. Green flag back in the air, 3 laps complete.
Now Brendan Lucius out in that number 1 position. Mike Mazzagatti up to that number 2.
Brendan Lucius, Mike Mazzagatti, George Riddle, Bob Snyder Jr., your front 4. The rookie driver for Taylor Whipkey Racing out front and pulling away from Mike Mazzagatti.
Brendan Lucius driving the wheels off that 39. Mike Mazzagatti second, and Riddle Nevis, George Riddle in the number 3 position in the 0.
Brendan Lucius, the youngster, up front. Mazzagatti, Riddle, Snyder, and Grubbs.
This time we'll be coming in on lap number 10. Brendan Lucius, Mike Mazzagatti, Riddle Me This, George Riddle in that number 3 position.
Mike Mazzagatti all over the back of the youngster, Brendan Lucius. Lucius continues to lead the 69 of Hoopengarner, pulls pit side. Trying to get through lap traffic, Dave Martin almost cost Brendan Lucius the race lead right there. As the field gets through lap traffic, Dave Martin warned on the radio.
This time we'll be coming in on lap number 15. Brendan Lucius still our leader. Mike Mazzagatti second. George Riddle third. and Bob Page in the number 4 position.
Front 6 cars, nose to tail. Mike Mazzagatti trying to pressure the youngster into a mistake just past the halfway point. Brendan Lucius, Mike Mazzagatti, bunch of veterans behind the youngster up front. Cody Jayberg to the inside of Bob Snyder Jr. to take over the 5th spot.
This is time coming around. We're coming in on lap number 20. Lap number 20, Brendan Lucius, Mike Mazzagatti, George Riddle, Bob Page fighting for that number 2 and 3.
Bob Snyder Jr., Bob Page to the inside of George Riddle. Brendan Lucius with a lot of veterans behind him, chomping at the bit. Caution on the speedway. Caution.
Caution's back out once again.
Caution for debris on the front straightaway. Caution for debris on the front straightaway. What a race we got going up front, Buddha. Do you think the youngster can hold off all those veterans?
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm even rooting for Brendan Lucius. You know, this is his first.
Junior, row 3. Cody Jayberg in row number 4. Lights are out, 8 laps to go. Can Brendan Lucius hold off the veterans? About to find out in turn number 4. Restart, green flag is in the air. Bob Page trying to get to the around the outside of Mazzagatti. Mazzagatti battles back to the bottom. Caution, caution.
Caution's back there on the track one more time. We got a spin on turns number 1 and 2, and that's Dave Martin in the number 3 doing a loop-de-loop. We got 22 laps in with 8 to go in our late model feature. Late model because he came out of the Legends from last year, and he moved up with Taylor Whitfield Racing to drive the 39 Jeff Taylor.
So Mike Mazzagatti chooses the bottom, the 67
of Bob Page. Last year's champion chooses the outside. The 0 of Bob Page, the 21 of the code man, Cody J. Berg. Field on the back straightaway. Getting ready to come to green. You guys think the youngster can hold him off? You guys think the veterans are going to win it? The veteran's going to eat him up, or the rookie going to win it? 8 laps about to find out. Brendan Lucius, green flag, back in the air. Bob Page gets into the back of the 39 of Brendan Lucius and causes a parking lot in turn 1.
In turn 1, we got trouble in the hen house. They're all stacked up.
So hearing they got a radiator popped up in turn 1 as well. So trying to wait and see who's putting some fluid down in turn number 1. As they'll get Bob Snyder Jr. cleaned up. That could be where the water's coming from. Brendan Lucius has a little bit of damage as well. Video getting the picture of George Riddle getting fixed over there pit side. George Riddle, flat right front tire, lots of right front damage. Crew is working feverishly to get that machine fixed up over there pit side and back on the speedway. You see a lot of different people and a lot of different crew members. People from Brian Smith's race team over there. Guys and girls pulling at the front fender, trying to get clearance and get the right front tire back on. Riddle over there pit side, pushing the Bob Snyder Jr. machine into the chute. Looks like, not sure if Bob Page's ride is over there or not. On the screen, just looks like Bob Page looks like he went to the trailer. They are trying to fix the 0 of Riddle. Couple of street stock and modified guys over there working on the George Riddle machine.
Hopefully that's what's going on. Yeah, got a little bit of time. Jack only works at half hour. They don't do it. Anybody got a saw bar or anything down here?
So the 39 of Brendan Lucius, your race leader. The 87 of Mike Mazzagatti in second. Then it will be the 21 of Cody J. Berg. Looks like they're going to have the George Riddle machine back together. Going to end up pushing it out of the pits here in just a moment. So kudos to everybody who chipped in down there. But that doesn't really tell the story. This was a really good first 22 laps of this feature. And we'll see now. Cody J. Berg, you think of him, he's one of those young guns, but he's got plenty of seat time in a late model here at Midvale Speedway. Mike Mazzagatti, the old veteran, Kevin Garner, George Riddle, the old man, all trying to hunt down Brendan Lucius. Green flag back in the air with 8 to go.
Jayberg and Mazzagatti on the outside. Jayberg. Good battle for second between Mazzagatti and the 21 at Jayberg. More contact on the front straightaway between the 87 and 21.
This time we'll be coming in on lap number 25. Lap 25. Brendan Lucius, Mike Mazzagatti, and Cody Jayberg. 5 laps to go.
Mike Mazzagatti to the outside of Brendan Lucius. Just can't quite get a run in that outside lane, and that's opening up the bottom for Jayberg. Brendan Lucius hanging on.
We're coming in on lap 28, 2 to go. White flag will be coming out this next time. Brendan Lucius trying to hold off Mike Mazzagatti. Will be white flagging coming out. 1 lap to go. It is Brendan Lucius. Will he make it, ladies and gentlemen? We're rooting for the 39. Mike Mazzagatti second. Jayberg 3 as they come around turns 3 and 4. Who will get it? Who will get it? Who will get it? It's Brendan Lucius in the 39 with the Taylor Whipkey Racing Team.
Wow, what a feature. Got to give this kid a lot of credit. Only his 5th late model start. Picking up the win over the veterans. Brendan Karen, El Jalapenos, sponsored number 39. Here's your winner, first time feature winner, Brendan Lucius. Car owner Jeff Taylor down here giving Dad a hug in victory lane. We'll get a quick word with Brendan here in a second, getting more hugs.
Came here to learn.
Goodness gracious, getting the helmet undone. Dude, you gotta take your helmet off before you get out. Come over here and stand for me. You ain't got no tears, do you? Come on now, you can't do that. You're sweaty, we'll just call it sweat, okay? Yeah. I'll tell you what a job you did tonight, holding off all those veterans. Just like your car owner said, we came down here to learn this year. Well, the learning process is over, man. Welcome to Victory Lane.
Yeah, that was the hardest I've ever driven in my life.
Well, yeah, that's the hardest you ever driven in your life. How about giving this kid a round of applause, huh? All right, so who you want to thank on this 39, man?
All my crew, Jeff and Terry for letting me have this opportunity, my mom and dad for always giving me the chance to race, and then all my sponsors. Is just without them, we couldn't be here.
So tell me, on that last restart, when you got hit in the butt down there, did you think, oh no, it just went away?
Yeah, I thought it was over right there. Toes definitely knocked out though. I was turning the wheel upside down.
So Chief Starter Terry Coletti said something to you, didn't he? Did he say, do you remember him saying something to you under red?
No, I didn't hear him.
Okay, well, there you go. He didn't hear you. He said, car's fine. Go win it now. And you did.
Yeah, I didn't hear him.
Congratulations, buddy. Go celebrate, man. Welcome to Victory Lane. First time of many.
Thank you. Thank you.
Your winner, Brendan Lucius.
First time with the Taylor Whipkey Racing Team.
Many trucks.
Once again, if you had that Brendan Lucius hero card and you had the special sticker on the back of it, we still got that 4-pack of tickets up here. Bring that hero card up here and show it to us. You get a 4-pack of tickets to come back to Midvale Speedway. Getting ready for our mini truck feature off of turn number 4. Green flag in the air. Jason Shaw and the 29 of Trenton Croft.
Jason Shaw in that number 1 position, Trenton Croft second, and Bob Johnson in that number 3. Becoming lap number 2 this time. Now our new leader, Bob Johnson. Jason Shaw goes back to that number 2 position. Trenton Croft, number 3.
Bob Johnson out front in the 99. Trenton Croft doing a good job in that second position, but here comes the 442 or the 443 of Eddie McLean, and here comes the 442 of Mike Stuber. Eddie McLean on the outside going to take over that second spot.
Boy, he came up on lap number 6. 6 in, 6 to go. We're halfway home. Bob Johnson is our leader.
Eddie McLean now clears the Trenton Croft machine, as does Mike Stuber. So the 99 of Bob Johnson, your race leader. Eddie McLean, and now
We got a
problems for the
spin on the front
442 of
straightaway.
Stuber.
Caution on the track.
Bob Johnson, your race leader. Eddie McLean. Jake Beavers in row number 2. 6 in, 6 to go, right at the halfway point. Restart, green flag. Jake Beavers got a little sideways off of turn number 4, but he maintains that third spot behind Eddie McLean and Bob Johnson. The family affair up front, Johnson and McLean.
We'll be coming in on lap number 10 this time, lap number 10. 2 to go. Bob Johnson out, and our leader, Eddie McLean, second. Jake Beavers in the 17 is third.
White flag in the air for Bob Johnson. Final time through turns 3 and 4, your feature winner, the 99 of Bob Johnson.
Eddie McLean in the 443 second. Jake Beavers third. Mike Stuber fourth, and Trenton Croft fifth.
Hey, I agree with what Terry just said. This thing coming off of turn 2 is just hooked up.
It just eats up off the turn.
It does. I don't know how you keep the rear tires held onto this thing, because you would think this thing's got enough giddy up coming off turn 2 that you would chirp them.
I got loose several times. I mean, I was sideways a couple times. I don't know if I was getting some help or what, but I changed tires after the heat. I had to do something. I heat runs, I thought 3 times I was hitting.
No, you had Eddie behind you, and then you kind of started to pull away from him after that restart. This thing just checked out.
Yeah, he had some issues. He had to redo his rotor this week, and I was over there helping him put it back in and stuff. It's been a long week for him. I know that, but
And talk real quick about this mini truck class. You guys all help each other out. You're all, if somebody gets into trouble, everybody else in the whole division goes and helps the other guy.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, this is the best class out there. Not to insult anybody, don't get me wrong, but this class here, we all get along. When something happens, I mean, we got that first night there, we're up. Blake Ripley, he's not even racing now. He's up there wrenching on my truck. And because he used to race with us. I mean, everybody's pulling parts from everybody. This class is just that. It's the greatest class of guys I've ever run.
Congratulations, buddy. Welcome back to Victory Lane.
Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you.
Your winner, Bob Johnson. Stock champion hasn't driven a modified until last week. Is starting on the pole along with Lucas Ripley. The 007 of DR3 and the 09 of Philip Cox in row 2. Bob Page and the 66 of Lewis McGrath in row number 3. 25 lap crate mod feature. Off of turn number 4, we're green. Teddy Oliver hanging right in there with Lucas Ripley, and Oliver leads lap number 1. Teddy Oliver, your race leader, has cleared Lucas Ripley. Philip Cox in the 3rd spot, and then the 007 of Don Rufner, the 3rd.
Coming in on lap number 4 this time, Teddy Oliver, Lucas Ripley, and Phil Cox is your 1, 2, 3.
The one-arm bandit out front, Lucas Ripley 2nd, Philip Cox 3rd, and then the 49 of Bob Page, and the 24 Nick Grubbs, your front 5. Those 5 have pulled away just a little bit from Lewis McGrath in 6th.
Number 8 now, Lucas Ripley goes on the outside of Teddy Oliver.
Side by side, gonna hit lap traffic. Lucas Ripley in the 45 spins in front of the field, and how did Teddy Oliver miss him? But he did get into Philip Cox, and Cox gets into the wall. Joe Slentz spins in front of the leaders.
Teddy Oliver somehow missed Philip Cox, and Cox will go to the pits. Tough break. Oliver just nowhere to go, and he ended up making the evasive move and got into Philip Cox. No fault of anybody's other than the 45 of Slentz.
We got 7 laps in, 7 laps in. Okay, we got 7 laps in. 7 laps in.
So choose cone out in turn number 3. Teddy Oliver, your race leader. So Bob Page chooses the inside, Lucas Ripley the outside. The 24 Nick Grubbs inside, the 007 of DR3 chooses outside. Then the 66 of McGrath, the 64 of Porco, the 38 of McClintock behind them. And we'll try it again. 7 laps complete, 18 to go. The one-arm bandit, Teddy Oliver, in I believe his second modified race, out front.
Okay, white flag's coming out this time.
Field gets the one to go signal. And Philip Cox doesn't have any luck in that 09 right now. Terrible start to the season. But I guarantee you that team will be back next week. Green flag back in the air. Lucas Ripley outside of Teddy Oliver.
Bob Page second. Nick Grubbs up to number 3. Lucas Ripley back to that number 4 position. Coming in on lap number 10. Lap number 10 this time.
Caution on the speedway. Caution on the speedway.
We could always blame it on the moon.
So
So Bob Page chooses the outside. And Ian Porco chooses the outside. So on the inside behind Teddy Oliver is the 24 Nick Grubbs, the 49 of Bob Page, then the 0 of Ripley, the 64 of Porco, the 007 of DR3, and the 66 of Lewis McGrath. So field on the back straightaway. 9 laps complete. 9 in. Teddy Oliver, your race leader. Green flag back in the air.
This time we're coming in on lap number 10. Teddy Oliver, Nick Grubbs, Bob Page, and Lucas Ripley bring up the top 4.
Nick Grubbs to the outside of Teddy Oliver. Nick Grubbs via the high lane, pulling out in front into turn 3. Off turn number 4, new race leader Nick Grubbs with the power move on the outside, halfway home, 13 in, 12 to go. DR3 spins in turn, or off of turn number 2 on the back straightaway. Tough break for Don Rufner the third. So after looking at the replay, the 007 of Don Rufner III was already sideways. There may have been slight, if anything, a brush by the 13. But with that black bumper, replay was not conclusive, but the 007 of DR3 was sideways prior to 13 in, 12 to go, just at the halfway point. Nick Grubbs with the power move on the outside around Teddy Oliver. He leads the 249s in row 2. Green flag back in the air. Teddy Oliver still hanging on to that number 3 spot behind Bob Page and Nick Grubbs as the 0 of Ripley in the 64 battle, and we've got a caution on the speedway, the 6 of Kyle Lawson. and the 49 of Bob Page. Green flag back in the air. Lucas Ripley to the outside of Nick Grubbs for the race lead.
Will be coming in on lap number 17 this time. Nick Grubbs, Bob Page, and Lucas Ripley, your top three.
Teddy Oliver drops back to the 4th spot. Now Ian Porco outside of the 49 of Teddy Oliver. Race leader Nick Grubbs, Bob Page out front.
This time we'll be coming in on lap number 20. Lap number 20. Nick Grubbs out. Our leading Bob Page, Lucas Ripley, and Ted Oliver.
Tough break for Lucas Ripley. Tried to get out of the road, stacked everybody up. He'll pull to the infield. Good job by everybody stacking up back there, but Ian Porco, Kevin McClintock, the winners in that deal, is Bob Page all over Nick Grubbs with 3 laps to go.
We're coming in on lap number 23. We got 2 to go. Nick Grubbs, Bob Page, Ian Porco, and Kevin McClintock.
White flag for Nick Grubbs. One final time for Bob Page, looking to the outside in turn 3. Page gonna try the crossover, not gonna get there. Your winner, Nick Grubbs. The marathon that was the modified feature is finally over. Nick Grubbs in victory lane with the power move on the outside of Teddy Oliver. Just a little bit before the halfway mark. Sends him to Ohio Solar Connection victory lane.
Good job, bud. Back tire. Back tire. Get yelled at.
All right, so just around the lap 10 mark, you decided to put this thing in the outside lane, get around Teddy Oliver. You were the only one that could do it. And then you held off Bob Page, who was really strong behind you. Man, how did you find the outside groove with this thing?
I think it was just luck. Actually, on the second lap, when I went around, I knew they were in trouble.
Hey, that's all right. When you know, you just know, right?
Right, yep. Running good. So.
Who you want to thank on this 24, man?
Definitely my dad. He works on my car all week. And he was ready to give up last week and not come back and race anymore. Because he said that he didn't think it was possible, and he said I was being too sissy and wasn't passing people, so I was trying to prove him wrong this week.
Well, I think you did, because you stuck it in the outside lane and you just passed them all and won the race, so good job, dude.
Thank you.
Your winner, Nick Grubbs.
You gotta eat him. You gotta eat him now, buddy. Come on, Raj.
20-lap compact feature to wrap up week number 5. What do you say? We have a green to checkered finish here for the compacts. Yeah, I said it. Larry Ennis Jr., Mike Stuber, front row, green flag in the air. Three wide into turn number 3, not going to work. Tabby Stuber going to bail out, and she's going to go to the infield. So complete restart. Terry Coletti ready to go on the flag stand. Green flag in the air. We're back underway. Huge chain reaction on the back straightaway, lap number 1, but somehow everybody kept going. It all started again with Ennis and Tabby Stuber up there.
I'll bump you, you bump me.
Yeah, all the way from the front to the back. Mike Stuber, your race leader. Nolan Caldwell runs second. Chris Billiter in that 3rd spot. Then Ennis and the 5 of Tabby Stuber, and now battle for the race lead. Here comes Nolan Caldwell. Just graduated high school, trying to take the race lead, and does.
We got Nolan Caldwell out in that number 1, Mike Stuber and Chris Butler in the top 3.
Into turn number 3, Billiter on the inside. He's going to take over second from Stuber. Gave him a little hip check up in turn number 3 there. Stuber back to the 3rd spot. Then Ennis and Tabby Stuber, your top 5.
This time we'll be coming in on lap number 5. Coming in on lap number 5.
Tabby Stuber got into the back of the 20 of Larry Ennis Jr., causing a parking lot in turn number 3. Just a little hard on the brakes, maybe was the 20. And the so that's absolutely what the replay shows. Tabby Stuber just got deep into turn 3, got into the back of the 20 of Larry Ennis Jr., and stacked them up from there. Dan Bucky, Brent Schreffler, and Brenton Irwin all involved with some sort of damage. But green flag back in the air. Chris Billiter out in front. Jeremy Salinger going to get by Nolan Caldwell on the inside as well. Caldwell going to slip back to that 3rd spot.
We'll be coming in on lap number 7 this time. Lap number 7. Chris Butler out is our number 1 leader. The 62 is Jeremy Salinger second. And Hayden Scott in the 62 in the 3rd position.
So finally settling in, getting some laps under their belts. Chris Billiter out in front. Salinger second. Caden Scott third. Nolan Caldwell, the Sizzler, Blaze Bacon, the 9 of Gavin Roop.
We got 10 laps in, 10 to go in our compact A-main feature.
3 wide back in the pack, about the middle of the pack, and now we're going to have Mike Stuber and the 427 of Hoff up the racetrack, and caution on the speedway. Finish this one on Sunday morning. So happy Sunday morning to everybody. Chris Billiter, your race leader. Jeremy Salinger, 10 laps complete, 10 in, 10 to go. Green flag in the air. Billiter, your race leader, and here comes the Sizzler. Blaze Bacon unable to get alongside Billiter that time. He'll slot into that second spot. Billiter up the racetrack just a little bit to kind of stall that momentum of Bacon.
This time around, we're going to be coming in on lap number 12. Lap number 12. Chris Billiter, our leader. The 52 now of Jeremy Solinger second. Blaze Bacon drops back to that number 3 position.
Caden Scott trying to move up as well. Gavin Roop on the outside of him. Battle for the 4th spot behind the 57. '62's up a spot. Moved to 68 of Mean Bean. Corbin Robinson up to 4th. Now Gavin Roop pulls the over-under on the 57 of Bacon. Gavin Roop going to move up to the 5th spot and drop the Sizzler back to 6th.
This time we'll be coming in on lap number 15. Lap number 15. Chris Bettler, Jeremy Solinger, Caden Scott, Corbin Robinson, and Gavin Roop in your top 5.
Yellow on the racetrack, yellow. Speeding ticket for the 9 of Chris Billiter. Speeding ticket for Chris Billiter. 2 laps under his qualifying time. He will travel all the way to the tail of the field. Jeremy Salinger. And those guys make up a ton of spots. So 5 laps to go on this early Sunday morning. Jeremy Salinger, your race leader. Green flag back in the air.
That's lap number 16. Jeremy Salinger is our leader. Caden Scott, Corbin Robinson, Gavin Roop, and Rich Dunlap is our top 5. We'll be coming in on lap number 17 this time. Lap 17. 3 to go. Next time around, it'll be lap number 19. The white flag will be coming out with 1 lap to go in our compact A-main feature. Jeremy Solinger still holding on to that number 1 position. Caden Scott, Gavin Roop, Corbin Robinson, and Rich Dunlap.
Final time through turns 3 and 4. Billiter spins out on the front straightaway.
finish. Jeremy Salinger, can he hang on for the win? Caden Scott, Gavin Roop in row 2, Corbin Robinson, Blaze Bacon row 3. Green flag in the air, green, white, checkered.
Caution's back out on the track. Well, the 162 looks like it broke up in turns number 1.
To finally finish this up, Jeremy Salinger gets the green. Caden Scott, Gavin Roop battle for the second spot behind Salinger. Here comes Gavin Roop to the outside, white flag in the air. Final time.
Final time coming. We're going to be coming around turns 3 and 4. And it's going to look like it's going to be Jeremy Salinger to take the checkered flag. Caden Scott second, Gavin Roop, Corbin Robinson, and the Sizzler Blaze Bacon.
Congratulations, buddy. Well earned.
All right, thank you.
Your winner, Jeremy Salinger. All right, just like Buddha said, please be careful, be safe going home. Next Saturday night, the CRS Super Trucks invade Midvale Speedway, courtesy of McInturf Realty and John W. Cooks and Drivetrain. So make sure you get down there. No crate mods next week. Late model street stocks, mini trucks, bandos,